Okay, here we go. We've got a question about a transverse wave on a rope. We're told we've got 2 points P and Q, and we want to determine, from a bit of information, the motion of Q and also the direction of the travel of wave. As ever, please press pause and then have a go at the question and then hit play to see the answer. Okay, as ever with questions like this, we're going to rule out some answers and we're going to start with the direction of travel of the wave. Now to do this, we're going to use the fact that we know that the motion of P is upwards. Okay, we're also told that it's a transverse wave, so it's important. Could be important for later. Always make sure you're kind of identifying whether we're dealing with transverse and longitudinal. Now here, we know that P travels upwards. And if you look at our wave profile, what that means is that P is going to eventually become a crest, and you'll notice that the crest next to P is on its right-hand side. In order for P to become a crest, remember P does not move in the left-right direction. It's a transverse wave. It's only moving up and down. And so it must be that this crest is going to move to the left. In other words, the direction of travel of the wave must be from right to left. So that's these two answers here. We've got right to left. We're going to get rid of A and B because the wave is moving from right to left. Now, typically, when IB does these questions, they put them left to right. In this case, they've changed it, probably just to try and confuse you, just to make things a little bit harder. So please do bear that in mind when you're doing this question. We then need to think about point Q, and we're going to use a similar argument. If you notice on the right-hand side of Q, we've got a 0, for example. Now, if the wave is moving to the left, Q, the next thing that Q is going to do is going to approach this 0 point. So in other words, Q is going to move upwards, which is why the answer here is C. Okay, because Q is moving upwards, it's eventually going to become a 0 and then become a positive value. In that sense, it's at that point moving in the positive or upwards direction.